would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned this year?
There's a lot of lessons to learn, but the biggest one, patience. Patience. Yeah, like not a lot of people know this, but me and my let's say follow me. You know, me and my boyfriend live together, and this is like our first year living together.
Right.
I think in November it made it a year that we actually lived together for a full year. We've been together for. Was November made it last year. I can't disclose that information.
Yeah. It's been a minute. They've been dealing with each other. You know what I'm
We've
saying?
been together for a while.
It's a journey.
It's a disclosure, but we're
It's a disclosure.
Y'all need to know all that. You feel me?
If you know us, you know us.
Yeah.
Like, but like patience with that, like patience with relationships, patience with nobody knew in the beginning of March when it first came out. I caught COVID, and patience with believing that I would come through it. Patience with prayers, the things that will come to you. Patience in work, your job, people in general. Just having a patient mindset, like. That's all I can say. Just that's one of the lessons I learned is to have patience. Cause I thought I had patience. I think everybody thinks they have patience until they're put into a situation where you have to prove that you have patience. And once you snap, and then everybody's like, "Told you you ain't have patience." But like, you ain't telling me what's gonna be like this. I was at a point in my life where I am ready to build with somebody.
For sure.
I am at a point in my life where I know what makes me happy, I know what makes me sad, I know what makes me crazy, I know what makes me tick, so that way we both don't have to play a game of let's find out what makes me happy, because if I don't know what makes me happy, you can't. How can I expect you to know? You feel me? So I'm at a spot where I know me, and I need a partner to build this foundation with me.
And that's why.
And like I feel like. With that, you have to, like you said, I'm gonna piggyback off you said, you have to build friendships. I would rather be your friend for years on end to get to know who you are as an individual than to just date some random willy-nilly guy. Like, I want to get to know you as a person. I'm gonna ask you weird questions. Like, there's no such thing as a weird question on a first date. A first date is like a job interview. That's one of the number thing. Is a first date is like a job interview. You want to know what you're getting into in this job, right? You don't want to be like, I came in this job and that, like you don't want to work for, let's just say you want to work for Walmart and they about to tell you got to go wield steel. That's not what it said on this job application. No, you didn't ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. There's no such thing as too many questions. If you feel like he asking you too many questions on the first date, he not for you. You gotta find a person who's willing to answer those questions. We ain't got nothing to hide about those questions. I'm gonna ask you weird shit like, on a Tuesday night, probably around like 7 p.m., if I called you and asked if you wanted to go to Baskin Robbins just for 2 scoops of ice cream, would you come? That's a random thing. Now you're sitting here like, is she weird or am I going to get ice cream? The weird nigga's gonna go, let him leave. But the nigga's gonna get ice cream with you, now you got a conversation to ask another question. There's no such thing as a weird question. You're gonna find somebody on your vibe eventually. There's 3,000 and something billion people in the world. Like, there's billions and trillions of people in the world. If one don't follow you, there's another one. If another one don't follow you, it's 3,000 and something billion people in the world. Like,
what is happiness to you?
Happiness. It depends. Like, are you talking about happiness in a general emotion, or like what makes me happy?
Let's do both.
All right. Well, there's a lot of things that make me happy. Like, ice cream, anime, self-care, self-love. Those are things that make me genuinely happy. But like, fun fact about myself, somebody who suffers through depression, it's kind of hard for me to honestly like figure out my happiness, because I can truly be happy, but like if my depression tells me that I'm sad, then I'm sad, and there's nothing I can do about that. Like, I try my hardest, but it's just so like it's hard to find happiness in things, but like I try my best to find happiness in the small things. That way, like if I cherish that it will blow up eventually. The small things.
So you don't necessarily know overall what happiness looks like?
I mean,
or what would ideally be happiness if everything was perfect?
If everything was perfect and it was happiness is not needing for anything. Not needing anything. Not even being, like, just honestly, I'm not somebody who's too bad with being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, not needing something. I'm okay with just being, like, they're good, don't have to need anything, everything's done. But, like, I don't need to have all this power or money or anything to be super happy. I just need to be not needing, like, I need to not need anything and be comfortable.
Mm-hmm. That's a good job. All right, you speaking on self-care. Do you have a self-care routine, and what does that entail if you do?
Self-care routine, yes. Oh my gosh. First, it starts about putting, if I have a wig on, it's snatched off. If I have my hair down, it's in a bun. I need nothing on me. Then it starts off with a nice facial. If it's a clay mask, then it's going to stay on to after my shower. But if it's like a regular mask, it's going to wash off with my shower.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit and first of all, I take a bath first. You got to put a bath bomb in, and I sit and I like, not a lot of people do this, but like I ain't gonna hold you. I put a little teaspoon of bleach in that joint, that bath, just to make sure my everything clean.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little teaspoon of bleach
No,
in
I know
there.
some people that do that.
Put a little teaspoon of bleach and a teaspoon of apple cider vinaigrette. That's all you need. A nice bubble bath. I marinate for a good 5 to 6 minutes of marination.
Like your food.
Yeah, marinate.
Yeah.
All this turkey juice, just marinate. And then I let the water go down. As the water go down, I get out the shower. I got the bath and I wash my face off. And then I get back in the shower and I actually shower. Because you're not really clean when you're bathing.
Fact.
You're sitting in your dirt. So like I can just get back up and then I shower right afterwards. And that's it. And that's a self-care, beautiful day. Not to mention a little, you know what I'm saying, there and there.
Anime. Let's talk about the importance of, anime in your life.
The importance of anime, man. The importance of anime is like you learn. You're learning. It's great animation. It's like it's adult TV, but in a fun way, like a kid's way, to make you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like not all anime is Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. There's actually some that's about classical music that teaches you how to play Mozart. There's some that are about Chinese checkers. There's some that are about how to play chess. There's anime about running track. There's ones about baseball. There's anything you're into. There's an anime for it, and it's just like a fun way to watch it. I don't know. I've always been somebody who's into art, and the way they draw them, the details they put into anime has always intrigued me. And that's what honestly brought me into anime. What was your first anime?
I was one of them, like Dragon Ball Z or Yu-Gi-Oh or something.
No,
Pokemon.
not like on Cartoon Network. I'm talking about on Adult Swim, or like you had to go on Funimation, or like.
I'll say Naruto.
That was the first one you watched?
Yeah, Naruto. That's
Mine was
joint.
Inuyasha.
Okay.
Inuyasha was the first anime I watched.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ah, that's a good one.
That was like the first one. I remember it used to come on every Saturday at 7:30.
I forgot where.
7:30. You, I don't know. Don't touch that.
Yeah, I think I was over my man's crib. I was over Wesley crib, and they was watching Naruto, and then we started watching it online and finished Shippuden. Now everything coming on Netflix now, so
I like how everybody and their mom trying to come out and be like, "Oh, I watch anime. Y'all wasn't the same
It's a
kids
wave.
running backwards in the school. Like
Right.
y'all was calling us weird. But like it's crazy. Like we can't we don't want to call y'all weird or call y'all fake for coming in for being like we don't want to do that because that's how y'all made us feel, and we don't want to make y'all feel like that. Anime is a great culture. We want everybody to experience it. However, we know.
we see what y'all doing out here.
We know. If any of your anime is something that you're talking about from Adult Swim, we know.